In today's video, we're checking out the Buffs and Nerfs for COD Mobile Season 4. If you also enjoyed the video, make sure to, of course, like and subscribe. I'm just going to say now, these are not anything final. These are just buffs and nerfs we found in the new test server, so they are subject to change, and these might not also be all of them. But yeah, so yeah, let's get into the buffs and nerfs. Today's shoutout goes to Samurai Sword COD Mobile. They have 203 subscribers at the time of recording this video. They do mainly multiplayer related videos in Call of Duty Mobile. So yeah. If you do enjoy the video, if you do enjoy any of the videos, make sure to, of course, like the videos you do enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy the channel in general. Of course, there'll be a link down below in the description and up on the screen here. Yeah, make sure to go over, show them support, and let's get into the support. Leave some any positive comments if you find anything, if you find you enjoy the channel, and if they're doing anything wrong, you think they can improve from this or anything, then they could make sure to leave some positive, constructive comments on how they can improve. And yeah, make sure to go over, be supportive, and let's get into the buffs and nerfs. Okay, so here are the buffs and nerfs. Okay, so the first one is the nerf to the Krieg 6 is confirmed. We're going to take its ADS speed reduced from 25% to minus 25% to minus 15%. Honestly, in terms of the Krieg 6, is quite variable with the attachments you can use, so I don't think this is going to make much of a difference to Krieg 6. It kind of means more of a general buff instead of just one specific attachments. So yeah. Then we have the HT40 chest multipliers increase from 1.1 to 1.2, and upper arm multipliers increase from 1.1 to 1.15. Minimal changes, although it might make it slightly more viable in terms of three-shotting people, and which will probably make it slightly better than medium ranges, because of course it's a low fire weapon. So yeah, it's going to be like that. Could be a slightly more versatile weapon that could rival something like the PP Bison in the future. But so yeah, that could be very, very interesting. Then we have the Quartermaster with damage increase from 24, 22, 19, 18, 16 to 24, 23, 19, 18, 16. So 1 damage in the second damage range. Then we have a head multiplier increase from 1.1, and the damage increase was only in one player. We had a head multiplier increase from 1.2 to 1.4. And then we have a lower arm multiplier increase from 1.1 to 1.2 in multiplier early again. And damage range increase from 7, 18, 25, 35 to 9, 18, 25, 32. That's 32, not 35 in the first one. So an increase of 2 in the first damage for the damage range increase. It's definitely make the Quartermaster more reliable. And the Quartermaster, I just felt decent when I used it, so it might make the Quartermaster a lot more usable in next season. I'm not sure how much of an effect it has, but it'll probably be somewhat significant, I guess, because the Quartermaster was feeling pretty nice when I was using it before. So yeah, then we have a Razorback with damage increase from 30 23 19 to 30 24 20. And a headshot multiplier from 1.1 to 1.3. So yeah, the damage on the Razorback has always been lackluster. Of course, we have the rapid fire mod attachment on it as well. So yeah, definitely want to see how that affects the Razorback. Could make it slightly a lot more consistent at the close range, and make it slightly more meta next season. Definitely more variable. And we have the PDW of low arm multipliers increase from 1 to 1.1, and damage range increase from 10, 16 to 12, 18. The PDW, I'm not sure how much the increase of 2 per each one, but I'm not sure that probably won't make too much of a difference, honestly. So yeah, definitely one that this doesn't mean too much, honestly. So yeah, definitely one. I probably won't be keeping an eye on that one, honestly. Yeah. We have the Outlaw, damage range increase from 12, 30 to 50, 37. Hit flinch reduced from 3 point. Oh great, the background's gone out, perfect. The hit flinch reduced from 3.6 to 2, and base breath hold increased. Time increase from 0.5 to 2. I'm going to say the damage range is really nice because it will make the Outlaw a lot more consistent at those longer ranges where the damage did drop off slightly, of course, with that damage of damage in general, that it does suffer slightly more longer ranges. It was always a quick sniper. In terms of reduced hit flinch and breath holding. That's only if you're hard scoping realistically, and no one really hard scopes with outlaw because of course it is one of the main quick scoping snipers, as it does have the highest mobility of any sniper in the game. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure that those two will make much of a difference in terms of how much the outlaw is used. But the first one is pretty nice. The damage increased to damage range. Then we have the MK2 carbine, base movement speed increased by 3%. So basically, this will turn the MK. This might make the MK2 slightly more usable compared to its other counterparts in the marksman category. It's going to make it a slightly more, slightly more versatile quick scoping weapon. So yeah, I might see it used over the SPR a bit more. Then DRH is getting an ADS time reduced from 260 to 245 milliseconds, so a 15 millisecond decrease, and ADS bullet spread from 1911 to 18.9. So they're giving you another ADS bullet spread buff to the DRH. So this is going to be a laser beam at long range, and the ADS time is going to help it at the close range. As of course, as we all know, it can 3-shot. So yeah, this will definitely bring somewhat bring back the 3-shot measure in terms of the long range at least. So yeah, I'll actually will also try out the DRH, definitely for like longer range maps. Then the AS Valve's getting a buff, we get ADS time reduced from 250 milliseconds to 230 milliseconds, and AS bullet spread again is getting reduced from 23.14 to 23.7. So I'm guessing that is, I don't know how that is measured, but it seems like a significant decrease. So yeah, really nice. I've always enjoyed the AS Valve, but it always had I guess the ADS time is actually a pretty decent one as well. But I just never found it very good at long ranges, so I'll definitely help it at longer ranges. And the ADS time will help you. Yeah, so probably too significant, but it will definitely help keep the AS Valve on par with all the other weapons. Then we have a PPSH buff from damage. Damage increase from 23, 21, 19, 17 to 24, 22, 19, 17. So an increase of 1 in the first two damage ranges, which is actually pretty nice considering the PPSH is a more mainly aggressive weapon, which is really nice. And they have a sprinter fire time reduced from 170 milliseconds to 220 milliseconds, which is also really nice. So yeah, this looks like it could be really interesting, and would definitely make the PPSH a lot better at the a lot better aggressive weapon, and also might and probably will make it a 3-shot. It'll make it a more consistent, 4/5 shots. So yeah, definitely one to look out for, I would say. And then there is another page. These are quite short patch notes, unfortunately, but hey ho. So then we have an M13 buff, quite a big one, this one. So the RTC long barrel, heavy long barrel, it's getting an increased bullet spread boost attribute of plus 30% bullet speed. Added bullet speed boost attribute plus 30% bullet speed. I didn't realise that could help when you're trying to beam players at long range, and especially in battle royale. So yeah, that's a nice one. And then the RC silencer barrel. I'm not many people use like this, so I'm not sure how useful it would be. But yeah, so no longer reduces ADS time, but no longer increases ADS bullet spread, and then added damage range boost by 20% damage range. Damn, that's a lot. And added bullet speed boost attribute by 20% bullet speed, and then the recoil penalty is plus 15. So this is definitely more of a media hybrid barrel now. So yeah, honestly, you might see more people using it, but we'll have to see, of course. And with the RTC stock buff, it's going to increase the ADS time and ADS time reduction. Increase the ADS time reduction from -9 to -15. I don't think that'll make it too much competitive with the no stock, because the no stock just has to have way more going for it than the combat stock does. But yeah, we might see more people using it depending on how it compares to in terms of the negatives compares to the no stock, because I'm pretty sure most people run the no stock at this point. So yeah, now we have the War Machine, which reduces activation energy and required ammo increases from 8 to 10, so that'll make the war machine a lot more quick to get, and it will make it a lot more spammy on nature, so you can you have more bullets just to fire off. So yeah, that could be make the war machine more usable. Then we have ball charge, increase energy consumption after killing each enemy. So the more kills you get, the quicker it uses up the energy. So it doesn't last as long as the more enemies you kill, the less time you have to use it. So, which is a nice change, I reckon. It's actually a pretty fair change. The build charge is really annoying in the game at the moment. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that. I've been killed by the build charge multiple times on hard points, which is very, very annoying in my opinion. Then we have a death machine ammo increase from 120 to 150. So that's good. This will definitely make the death machine definitely more usable. Very very spammy. Ammo increase from 7 to 9, so it does make the Sparrow a lot more consistently usable, especially when breaking hard points and stuff like that. It will make it a lot easier to use a lot more easier to kill more enemies with. And the transform field reduce activation energy. Yeah, that'll make it even more annoying, because I always hated people camping cores with hard points just using the transform shield. But now they're able to get that quicker, they'll be able to use it more often, which will be really annoying, especially with hard point. So I might have to start running that if I ever do play hard point. I might have to have a specific loadout for hard point with just that in it. So yeah, those are the buffs and nerfs.